Well, it's day 3, and I decided to stay at my camp at the shelter. I haven't even made it to the trail yet. There's another gentleman that I talked to. He's been camping here for a few days apparently, and he said, I'm just going and seeing where I make it to. And he said, if I'm tired or whatever, I'm just gonna sit around. And I said, well, at least I gave my permission to grump out and say I'm not going to. Can't make me. I went down and got water this morning. It's about 4/10 of a mile. Down is easy, up is miserable. So I went and got 2 gallons. That should do me for today, and then enough to load my water bottles for tomorrow. And then tomorrow I intend just to get up to the start of the trail. It's 1.5 miles of a mountain climb. And if I get up there and I've made good time and it's before probably noon, I might go down, because then it's 4 miles downhill, and that's a lot easier to do. So I'll either get 1.5 miles or 5.5 miles tomorrow probably. Having to learn something about patience out here. It's a lot easier when you can just hook your phone into a wall charger. It's a lot more difficult when you gotta wait for the sun to break through the trees. It's not the easiest. So, and then what do you do with your time when you're just sitting around and resting? I don't know how to do that either. And I know I don't know how to do that. So today I'm just literally sitting around, putting around camp, doing nothing. I don't have anything to do. So we'll see. I might write a little bit. I figured out some of the stuff that's getting sent home. If I can even make it to a place to mail everything. After I get on the actual trail, it's probably going to be about 4 days until I can get to a post office. If I'm traveling at this rate, maybe longer. I don't know. I don't know how to schedule my time yet, because I don't know how far I can go or when my back's going to hurt or anything like that. Last night wasn't as bad as I thought. It's supposed to get windy again today, I think. The high's 60 something in the mountains. It's like everybody keeps saying it's 85, and I think they're looking at somewhere down the range, because it's still kind of chilly here. But it wasn't bad. The hammock's holding up really good. It's a lot warmer than I would need in the summer, but it's nice to have right now whenever it's hitting in the upper 30s, lower 40s. So anyways, I'm charging my battery bank, and there's the other gentleman said he needed a charge, so I'll let it get as high as it can and try to do that. Who knows, I might have to stop again on Springer Mountain just to get everything situated. I'm really not good at this whole moving thing yet. Really, there's levels of I don't want to that come. One is breaking down camp. I don't want to. And the second is putting on that stupid backpack. It is so heavy. I used to be strong enough, that was nothing. I'd sling those all day long. And nowadays it's tough. So I might eat some food out of it. I've been eating a lot less out here. And paradoxically, I eat a lot when I'm doing nothing. And whenever I'm doing things, it's like I don't want to eat. And I'm pretty sure, just from moving for somebody who doesn't move, that exhaustion sets in. But I'm pretty sure that your body wants those cheap calories to burn. And I've been burning a lot of them the past couple of days. So I might load up and see if that gets me feeling a little bit better. Last night I had almost a migraine. It was bad, but I drank a lot of water and had some stuff to eat. So I might make some soup or something for brunch. It seems like a good plan. Yeah, and then just sit around doing nothing, living the dream. Nightmare, something. Anyways, I'll check back in a little while if I see anything interesting, but it's a really pretty campground. Just trees everywhere. That's my hammock. So, there's my solar charger out there, trying to fill up a battery bank. It takes a long time because that thing can charge my phone like 3 or 4 times. Unfortunately, I learned my lesson is that if you can charge your own phone and somebody sees it, everybody's going to want to charge their phone. So I've had to start telling people I can get it up to 50% and that's it. Because otherwise my stuff's all going to die. So, sorry. Try to do what I can where I can. It looks like I got sunburned. I've been sitting outside. I had my hat on. Maybe I'm just warm. I don't know. So I've been looking at the trails, and it looks like that Springer mountain should be doable tomorrow. I say that, I probably just forgot how much it sucks to walk with that backpack on. Feeling better today overall. I did take my shoes off and my socks off to air out my feet. My socks smell really bad already. Go figure. And my toe has been hurting me. It turns out I have like it's more than a blister. Blood blister, bruise, something underneath the callus there. I can just hardly wait until that puppy rips straight off. So I'm gonna have to test out my first aid knowledge. I'd show you my feet, but it's kind of, well, it's not gross. Maybe I will. Sorry, I apparently don't know how to not put random gaps in my videos. I hate Apple. I hate it so much, but it's got that SOS feature on it for satellites, so that's why I switched over to it. Anyways, it didn't look so bad. It didn't look as bad on camera as what it is staring at it here, the colors. So that's probably going to be my concern over the next week is that toe. I might wrap some Luca tape around it and try to give it some padding to where it's not rubbing so much, but I really don't know what to do on that. I figure if I put padding, it might just increase the pressure on it. This is what I get for never hiking before. I knew that your feet were bad. Like, I heard of people like their feet just bleeding everywhere. I don't want that to be me because I forget that I'm diabetic sometimes. My A1C should be fine still, I think. I brought my medicines. But that might be a problem later on. But as long as it doesn't get gangrene, I can sit up for a week in camp. I really like camping. I like camping a lot more than hiking, I think. That's been on my mind a lot today. Did I choose the wrong thing? But camping costs money. Well, actually this camping doesn't cost anything now, does it? So maybe I should have said, I don't know. I don't want to be one of the shelter dwellers though. That's weird. That's not what it's for, but maybe, right? Anyways, tomorrow there should be plenty of water after I get past a couple of the shelters. Part of the trail runs along a creek. It's actually the times after that that there's like a big old 5-mile stretch without water, and I'm really worried about that because I only made it 5 miles in 2 days and went through like 2 gallons of water. And I tried to pack 2 gallons, right? What is that, an extra 16 pounds? I'd be pushing 80 pounds on my pack. And I'd go through it all because I'd be sweating. So I'm not precisely sure how I'm gonna do that, but we'll figure it out, or I'll die from dehydration. I don't think that's a fun way to go. I'm sure I got a lot more water in my body than I think. But anyways, I've been trying to hydrate today. I've already been through a gallon of water. Was it a gallon? 1, 2, 3. something like that. Yeah, pretty close. So I'll go through the rest of what I have, and if I need to go down and get more water tonight, I can. It's not a fun hike, but it's not terrible. It's just steep. Even without a backpack, I have to take a few breathers coming back up from it. But it's a really cool little stream. It takes a few minutes to fill up all that water. I should have brought some baking soda to clean my hydration bags out with. Hindsight. Yeah. Anyways, aside from the toe, that's the only thing I figured out today. I did eat one plant out here, or I chewed on it a little bit. What was it? I can't even remember what it was called. It wasn't chickweed. Maybe it was chickweed, but it's not like the kind of chickweed at home that we have. And then there's another one called an India cucumber I didn't want to dig up, but that was interesting. Anyways, the chickweed or whatever that was, it kind of tastes like not sweet corn, if that makes sense. Or if you've ever chewed on corn silk, it's got the corn flavor, but it's green. And then if you chew on it long enough, then it just tastes like green corn silk. So there's that. You're supposed to be able to make like poultices out of it. Let's see, there was common violet out here that I went across. There's a lot of raspberries, and I'm probably 2 or 3 weeks early to get those in the wild strawberries. But that was interesting. I'd like to stay out until that stuff goes into bloom and just start foraging and make myself sick off of berries. That'd be something. I've always kind of wanted to do that. I was told that the wild strawberries are not flavorful. They're pretty tart. But I'd like to see what those are like. And then, like I said, I think they're raspberries. They're thorny, kind of long vines. Not vines. Stems, whatever you call them. I can't remember. So that'll be interesting if those are ahead a little ways. And I was reading on the chickweed stuff. It just said that it's got saponins in it. I suppose that will make the water frothy if you, right, saponins. Mix it up in there or crush it up. I didn't try all that. It just said don't eat a whole lot of it or it'll give you stomach problems. So I heeded that warning and I just chewed on it. But, worst came to worst, I think it'd actually be really good in a salad. Instead of putting in like baby corns or whatever, you could just mix that in. So that's interesting. Learn something new. If there was anything rewarding about today, it's kind of like being a kid again. I used to go out and just look at fire ant beds, or not fire ant, red ant beds, and watch them. We'd burn them with a microscope, or you just look at the world around you and explore it and figure out, what is this thing and what does it do? I like that. I like doing that, figuring stuff out or learning, not even figuring it out. And yesterday, I was walking with this guy named John, and he showed me what poison oak and poison ivy are. Turns out I'm probably not allergic to them very much because I was laying in it earlier, or maybe it's just delayed. You might see me just like torn up with it after a couple of days. But I figure I'd know if it was if I was allergic to it already. So I know what to avoid. I don't want to test my luck with that again, but at least now I know kind of what those look like, and there is a lot of it everywhere off the trail here in Georgia. So teach me a lesson about laying down on the side of the trail and just crashing out if I'm tired. Probably pick my spots a little bit better if I'm allergic. If not, then I'll just roll on this stuff. But again, I don't want to press my luck. So anyways, I'm gonna let that keep on charging and see if it'll get that battery bank up enough to charge my phone a few times. And I tried to hook my phone into it. The battery bank does a lot better of a job taking a trickle charge. Turns out these iPhones have to have higher amps, I guess, pushing through voltage, whatever the important part of the watts is that it takes. And that thing, unless it's in like super full sun, doesn't go up enough to charge the phone. So the battery bank is doing better. So I'll charge that and then charge the phone and keep flip-flopping back and forth on those. But I want to get that battery bank as high as it'll go today, rather than wasting sunlight charging my phone from the battery bank. I have some DJI batteries. I'm not sure those reverse charge, but they're full. I might try that out after a while. For as much as I was worried I was going to be bored today, it's been peaceful, man. Like I said, looking up plants, cooking. I feel better. I've eaten some, and I'll probably need to make myself eat more later on. Whenever you have to be concerned about how much water you're using, and you have to clean up everything after you use it every single time. I've been scrubbing it with leaves and dirt, and then just using a little water to swish it around. Makes things a little bit easier. It uses less water that way, but you just don't want to cook so much. And I'm learning that I probably should have packed a whole lot more, just like peanut butter pouches and tortillas, rather than all the dried deer meat. I swear to God, I'm only on my third day, and if I have to eat that dried deer summer sausage much more, I think I'd be grateful for it if I was starving, but I'm not starving, and it's a little rough. Gosh. So, anyways, I'll get off this and save my battery a little bit, but overall today turned out to be really pleasant. Like, again, I think it's the hiking part that sucks. I really do enjoy being out here and just having camp set up. So I intend to push on and get closer to some of the towns. And I said I wasn't going to take a whole bunch of shuttles, and I might not. I might just sit by camp and then shuttle into town to resupply, and just make my camps close enough to water and the roads that intersect the trail where a shuttle can pick me up, that I can hop into town and resupply, and then come back out and make my trip. Because if I keep on going like I am with the pack this heavy, I don't know. It's going to be a lot of down days. We'll see. Well, it's getting close to 5. I assume people are going to start rolling into camp. I think my charger's only at like 60%. My phone will probably eat half that. So I'll have to decide what's more important for me, because I have no problem stopping and charging my phone. I really did like today camping. It's much better than hiking. So tomorrow, I think I've already said it like 5 times, but I know I'll get to Springer. And the question is how far I'll get past Springer. I'm hoping that the terrain is a little bit more forgiving for a little while, because this has just been uphill misery. So this, I believe, is chicken Spam that I dehydrated and packed up here. It's not the worst. I probably prefer it to that jalapeno deer sausage I packed in, oddly enough. But I don't think I'm going to try to rehydrate it into anything. It certainly is chewy. I have other Spam too, not just chicken Spam, pork Spam. It was greasier. Probably need to get into that before it turns. I don't know how long. I mean, Spam doesn't turn, right? It's got enough salt. This doesn't have a lot of grease that I can taste. I mean, it's not greasy. So anyways, that's my dinner. Maybe some oatmeal. We'll see.